This is actually an easy question, right? Lawyers are often transactional or even occasionally adversarial, but there are two sides to those stories, and there's almost always another side to our profession. And I'm no economist, but in that sense, this is a perfect good. By getting involved with your bar, I can promise you, I won't know what great things will come of it, but great things will in fact come of it for you as the individual. The people you'll meet, the issues you'll confront, the additional professionalism that will be possible simply by virtue of your engagement. Again, I can't give you the details of what that'll look like, but those will be the realities of your experience. Reciprocally, the bar needs you, and the bar will benefit from the different perspectives that the lawyers who get involved on the volunteer side will inevitably bring. And that diversity is of so many different flavors and varieties. It's practice diversity, it's personal experience diversity, it's racial, gender, ethnicity, sexuality, all the different flavors of diversity that our members can bring to the organization makes it better. So again, it's a perfect good. It works to the advantage of both sides. And there's just, if you have a little bit of willpower and a little bit of discipline to carve out the time, I can assure you it will be one of the most rewarding experiences of your professional life. My bar service is probably a little quirky in some ways. I feel in some ways my biggest commitments and interactions and engagement with our bar has been a story of bookends. Very early in my career, when I was sort of a baby federal prosecutor, AUSA downtown, I became involved with the Judicial Evaluation Commission. And my experiences were so eye-opening in so many ways. I was very much the young lawyer in the room. I was working with folks who were much more seasoned and savvy, both as lawyers and just really as adults in some ways. And so the lessons I was able to take away from working through the issues that the Judicial Evaluation Committee engages in just the flavor of how to interact with people, and the leadership and followership and communication lessons that I derived from the 6 years I did that work, I really wouldn't trade them for anything. I feel like in some ways, the professional development experiences I had with the JEC were more significant than what I might have gotten on the job. Believe me, I learned a lot about evidence and procedure and advocacy on the job in those early days. But really, when I think about a meaningful experience that helped me become a better lawyer, that one stands out in many ways. And so I guess it's no surprise that when the bar sort of came looking for my next level of commitment and my next opportunity to engage by way of running for president, the answer in terms of my interest level and my commitment to the bar was always a resounding yes, because, you know, careers can be crowded and time can grow short, and it's easy to perhaps step away from extracurricular activities of a sort, like the DC Bar volunteer opportunities might be considered. But it was always near and dear to my heart. I always stayed up with our bar. I read the publications and the materials fairly religiously. I availed myself of some of the professional resources by way of CLEs and that sort of thing over time. Frankly, there's a family commitment. My wife is also a lawyer, and she's been meaningfully engaged with the DC Bar over time as well. So later, now, I guess, when I have this opportunity to serve as the bar president, you know, I feel like I'm delivering some return on investment that the bar made in me in those early days. I hope I have a little bit more to offer. I'd like to think I'm a little bit more sophisticated and seasoned. Certainly the gray hair speaks to that as a physical marker, but I'd like to think that I have a little bit more to offer. And I will say, when considering the opportunity to serve as president, it was not lost upon me that we really haven't had government lawyers and lawyers with sort of the somewhat unique mix of experiences, not exactly, but somewhat unique experiences that I've had in my career serve in this role. And I thought it would be an opportunity to bring a little different perspective to the executive team. And I hoped it would maybe shine a helpful light on some of the really hard work and good accomplishments that our government attorneys writ large bring to the workforce and to the country day in and day out. Candidly, I'm not sure that I am by any means an exponent or a great exemplar of what that fabulous commitment to the rule of law and the effective administration of justice in our government looks like. But at least if I get to wear that mantle just a little bit and again, help sort of give a shout out to all of those people who do this work, especially in such challenging times like we have in terms of public opinion of government in some ways right now. That's rewarding too. The advice I would give to any prospective nominee is really easy and hopefully not too terribly counterintuitive, and that is leap before you look. There is nothing that can hurt you out there, and I think unfortunately, lawyers often undersell or underestimate what they have to offer. They underestimate themselves. And I just don't take it as an article of faith. The experience will be worth it. The time commitment will be reasonable and manageable, and often comes down to your level of sort of personal stick-to-itiveness with the issues that you might confront in whatever role that you seek to undertake. But I know that you'll find it rewarding. I know that there's no harm that can come of it. And I know that, the personal investment of time that any prospective candidate would make should they win office as a board of governor or as an officer, the bar will be better off for that time. So leap before you look.